Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the CD guy, Johnny Z here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel, and today I'm going to be counting down my top 10 rock and metal picks for Record Store Day 2023. Record Store Day is this weekend, Saturday, April 22nd, and, this list is in no particular order here, just 10 albums that I can't wait for, 10 that really piqued my interest, I think the most anticipated of the weekend in rock and metal. So that said, let's get started here with Ronnie James Dio and Dio live in Fresno, 1983. Originally included as an unreleased live record from the Holy Diver tour disc, 4 CD box set. It's now finally getting a vinyl release in complete form, newly mixed from the analog multi-track tapes by Wyn Davis. This is from the Holy Diver tour, like I said. It includes tracks not only from the Holy Diver album, but also from Dio's past in Black Sabbath and Rainbow as well, with some great live renditions of Children of the Sea, Heaven and Hell, and Man on the Silver Mountain. So definitely very exciting stuff. Dio was always fantastic live, and the Holy Diver tour was incredible. So definitely a record that I hope I'm going to be able to get my hands on this weekend. Next up, we have the 30th anniversary of Van Halen's live right here, right now, on vinyl for the first time, exclusively for Record Store Day 2023. It's the original live album, plus 3 additional tracks, never before on vinyl. This show was recorded live during the For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge tour and features some great renditions of fantastic Sammy Hagar-era tracks like Dreams, Finish What You Started, and Why Can't This Be Love, as well as great versions of some David Lee Roth era stuff as well, performed by Sammy Hagar, like Panama, Ain't Talking About Love, and Jump, as well as his own One Way to Rock. So, for me, I'm much more of a Van Hagar guy than I am of the fan of the David Lee Roth era, even though I do love both eras. I did a whole countdown on Van Halen, sharing my thoughts on that, so I won't get into it too much, but nevertheless, I'm very much excited for this release because it's never been released before on vinyl, and I'm a big fan of the Sammy Hagar stuff. Also included here are 3 bonus tracks, including The Dream Is Over, Eagles Fly, which were not released as part of the original 2 CD set, and we have Mine All Mine as well from the Live Jump EP from 1993, so all in all, a pretty loaded release here by Van Halen. It really doesn't get better than live Motorhead, and that's what we have here, the 4th volume of Motorhead's Lost Tapes, being pressed onto double LP vinyl, featuring an uncovered live set recorded live in Heilbronn, Germany on December 29th, 1984. The lineup here is Lemmy, Wurzel, Phil Campbell, and Pete Gill, and this set list here is just essential Motorhead, right? A lot of their greatest hits, and, just essential listening, in my opinion. It's a loaded set list here, and like I said before, live Motorhead is fantastic, doesn't get much better than that, and it's really strong live set, I'm sure, so definitely excited for another installment of the Lost Tapes here by Motorhead, another uncovered live set, this one from 1984, recorded in Germany. Fate, The Best of Death, is receiving a repress after being previously out of print since 1992. It collects songs from their first 4 albums, including Leprosy, Spiritual Healing, and Human, as well as Scream Bloody Gore, their debut record, and, it's all remixed and remastered and will appear on Royal Blue Vinyl with Splatter, which is really cool, and just fantastic to have this repressed after being out of print, like I said before, for over 3 decades. Fate, The Best of Death, definitely one I'm going to try to get my hands on. Following that up here, we're going to switch to punk rock here with Pleasant Dreams, the New York mixes. Now, Pleasant Dreams, one of my favorite Ramones albums, so I'm really happy to hear about this release. It's the original mixes by album producer Graham Goldman, as well as 3 additional songs from the sessions not included on the original album, featuring alternative artwork found in the Warner Library. Sounds really cool. The Ramones, punk rock legends, right? True trailblazers, in my opinion, and Pleasant Dreams, like I said, one of my favorite albums of theirs. Very excited for this release here as part of Record Store Day. The Ramones, just a fantastic band with a great catalog, and to have those 3 additional songs from the sessions that were previously not included is just the icing on top of the cake. Here's one of the ones that I'm most excited for. It's Give Way by Pearl Jam, recorded live during Pearl Jam's March 5th, 1998 show in Melbourne Park during the Australian tour in support of their 5th studio album, Yield. This is a fantastic record here and had a great tour as well. Now, the highly sought-after Give Way is released on vinyl for the first time, as well as being released on CD too. So, for me, I collect CDs more than I collect vinyl, as you can tell from all the sickness here behind me, so I'm very much excited for this release and hope I can get a copy of it. But on this 17-track album here, you have pressed on double black vinyl and housed on a gatefold sleeve, including great versions of Given to Fly, Faithful, and Do the Evolution. Now, the CD was originally scheduled to be released in 1998 as a promotional item, but never saw the light of day outside of an extremely limited number of copies and have surfaced over the years, I should say, until now, finally getting a proper release. I'm very much excited for it and really hope I can get my hands on it. Another one of my most anticipated releases of the weekend has got to be Rockology by Eric Carr. Now, Rockology is Eric Carr's only solo record. It features former Kiss guitarist Bruce Kulick. This package was designed and mastered along with Loretta Carr, Eric Carr's sister, here to fall in line as the fifth Kiss studio solo record here, right? The cover, Eric in his fox makeup, very much in the same vein as the original four, the album art for the original four solo records, which feature, all four of the original members. Eric Carr would join the band after Peter Criss's departure and was very much accepted by the Kiss fans, unlike a lot of other members of the band after the original four had broken up. So to have this is really cool, and it's an absolute must-have for every Kiss fan, in my opinion. Printed inner sleeves include never-before-seen photos and liner notes, and second LP features 5 never-before-released demo tracks, so really cool, and I believe it's also getting a release on CD, so fingers crossed I'm able to score a copy. I definitely hope that I will, because I've always been a big fan of Eric Carr and his works, somebody who passed away way too soon, who had an extremely bright potential and did some great work with Kiss after Peter Criss's departure. Now, if you follow my channel, you probably know that I'm not a big Motley Crue fan, and I'm definitely not a fan of theirs post-Dr. Feelgood, but I am a fan of some of their early works. So that said, celebrating the 40th anniversary of Shout at the Devil, there's a new Motley Crue 12-inch EP coming out called Helter, Skelter, featuring 2 tracks from Shout at the Devil and 2 from Too Fast for Love, all housed on a picture disc featuring brand new images from their Blood photo session. So that's really cool, and, another one of those albums that I'd love to get my hands on this weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to buy all of these, but definitely some that I'm definitely interested in checking out. For me, Motley Crue really fell off after Dr. Feelgood, but I do enjoy their early stuff, and so for that reason, I'm very much interested in this release. Here's an artist I don't talk about as much on the channel, but I definitely should, because I'm a fan of Eddie Money. And in 2009, Money recorded 8 cover songs that appeared on a pair of EPs released on CD. Now, those EPs are finally getting a vinyl release for the first time, combined together. And in addition to a pair of Beatles classics here, the covers LP also features some great rocking versions of classic songs popularized by AC/DC, The Doors, and more. So another release here I'm really excited for, because Eddie Money was always able to create some really interesting covers, able to really make them his own, in my opinion, so definitely looking forward to this release as well. Last one here, Lacuna Coil's Shallow Life is being reissued for the first time since a limited run back in 2009. This run is limited to 1,500 copies and pressed onto clear vinyl in a gatefold jacket. I believe Dark Adrenaline will also be repressed following an initial 2012 run, so limited copies of that are 1,500 as well. So, but this time it's pressed onto red vinyl, so for Lacuna Coil fans, definitely some things to be excited for on Record Store Day, but for me, I'm most looking forward to Shallow Life over Dark Adrenaline, even though they're both great albums. Hope you guys have a great record store day. Most importantly, go out and support local record stores. Very important, right, to give business to these stores, because record stores are becoming far and few in between these days. And, you want to keep as many around as you possibly can. And the best way to do that is to go out and support them. Record store day is a great opportunity to do that. So, hope you guys hit the stores on Saturday. I certainly will be. And until next time, it's the CD guy, Johnny Z, signing off. Take care, everybody.